Jesus wore a dress type thing, didn't he? Like, and had long hair. Fair enough, he had a beard. I've said this before, but I can't understand why anybody who's Christian could be at all homophobic or against gays. Not suggesting that Jesus was gay because he wore a dress, but Christians do suggest a lot that when they see a man in a dress that he must be gay, So just bringing it back to home, when you can think about your own Lord Jesus. Just another point on Jesus is I saw a comment from somebody recently saying that Jesus is the God. And I'd like to clarify with that person and many millions of Christians as well that Jesus is not God. Jesus is supposed to be the Son of God, surely, yeah? And the God, the one that generally most people in the world believe in. But it's seemingly not the same God that you Christians would say is the God. You see, again, Christians, you people presuming and dictating and stating facts to the world. The fact is, and I'm back onto the transsexual point here with the dresses and cross-dressing, they like to call it, when a man wears women clothes and technically when a woman wears men clothes. Yet when a woman wears men clothes out and about all over the world, nobody thinks about cross-dressing, do they? Okay, so we're getting to points here that there isn't such a problem with female type looking people wearing whatever they want, but there is seemingly a problem with male looking type people wearing what they want. And also going into the sexuality point of what sexual preference do you have for bedding at night, homosexual stuff, that is all based on the fact that there is male and is female and there is only male and female, and so that you like the same sex. I think it should be more on the level of what genitalia have you got and what genitalia do you like to suck on, to be clear, and I also, if it's so important, because it seems to be so important out there in the world, doesn't it, to ask somebody if they're gay or not, as if it makes a huge difference when you find out when they are gay or not, but it seems to be a huge issue on the planet. I mean, one of the most popular asked questions in the world is, are you gay? So if it is so important, humans, why don't we state on our passports what we are? Yeah, of course I'm joking, people, because, people switch, they change their mind sometimes, whether or not they want to sleep with a same sex, or whether they want to sleep with, basically if they want to sleep with a penis, or if they want to sleep with a vagina, or if they want to sleep with a hermaphrodite. Okay? And yes, with gender is the same thing, that we don't, as human beings, just feel one or the other, meaning we don't just feel male and look male, or feel female and look female. We don't feel those ways throughout our lives, Now, you can argue with me that, some gays will come on and say, well, I'm gay and I'll never be with the opposite sex, I'm a same-sex person. And I'll say, right, and you never, like, in your life had a fantasy about being with technically the opposite sex if we're living in a male and female world, which we're not, but just if we were. So you gay people, you're going to tell me, most of you are going to say, no, you're just gay and never changes and you were born this way and whatever. And I'm not arguing with you that you were born that way. I'm just arguing with you whether or not you could actually call yourself completely, like, let's say, straight gay. Straight gay doesn't make any sense. Just gay. you know, just into the same genitalia that you have down below. That would be the best way to say it. Yeah. So my point is that, you know, my joking point was, put your sexual preference on the passports. If it's so important, if you need to know if people are gay or not, then it would be great, wouldn't it, if people asked if you're gay, hey, are you gay? And I could just pull out my identification. There you go. Read it for yourself. But of course you couldn't do that, because I think, for me anyways, certainly for me and for millions of people, okay, that a lot of people will want to change their sexual preference year to year, month to month maybe, or at least twice in their life, you know. They couldn't possibly state at the age of 13 or 16 or 21 or 25, they couldn't possibly state an actual sexual preference that they will want for the rest of their lives. You know, they couldn't possibly do that. Imagine if you felt gay and you put it down in bold block capitals on your identification, I am gay, and then for the rest of your life you've got to be gay. It's the same concept, if you could get round it, people, because I know a lot of people don't want to know, and a lot of people don't want to listen to me because I do waffle and it's 10 or 11 minute videos. But I have to just be clear with you. I mean, I'm on to some seriously good points here. And so if you stated your sex, your gender, sex, on your identification, which it does say that on everybody's identification, it tells everybody else, excuse me, you know yourself, that you're male or you're female. Fucking shocking for my type, to be honest with you, because I'm not male and I'm not female, you know, and I've got to be one or the other, just like the transsexuals basically have to be one or the other. Yet my point gets even more brilliant. You've got to be one or the other, but I can't be either. So where does that leave me? You have the transsexuals, tra-la-la-la-la, happy, 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 I don't feel right in this body, I'm going to change into the next body, because I know that I am supposed to be the other body. I was born this way, in this body, but I know that I should have been that body. That is so what many transsexuals say. You know? I'm just pausing because, I mean, you know, it's shocking that so many transsexuals, not every transsexual, some transsexuals know that there's intersex around, but most transsexuals don't know that there's intersex around. I'm sure they're starting to realise it now because the I has been added to the GLBTQ little sentence. It's quite a sentence, isn't it? It's very long, with loads of letters to incorporate all the abnormalities and disordered people, and yeah, it's ridiculous. And even, you know, I mean, it started off being the gay and lesbian community, more than likely, and then all sorts of other people that weren't gay, including myself. Even though I will say that I'm lesbian, so I support the gays in the world. I support the gays because I understand. You know, I understand how people, you know, want to be touched by people who are loving. It doesn't really matter what their sex is. In fact, their sex is so actually irrelevant, but yet we make it so fucking important on this world. You know, and it's rooted in most of languages in the world. Languages in the world are the base system of it is based on you know, grammatical differences with gender, or not gender, with sex. So male and female verbs and stuff like that, you know, and so it's a bit fucked really. I mean, there are plural neutral forms in those verbs as well. But for instance, when I'm speaking in a language that uses masculine and feminine grammatical stuff and verbs and all that sort of stuff, if I'm speaking about myself, I I like basically in Spanish, if you're saying nice to meet you, you're saying encantado, encantada. Yeah, depending on whether it's male or female, and I use it both. When I meet Spanish people, I say both. I say encantado, encantada, and they look at me, huh? And it's only one, and I go, no, it's not. So if you think I'm confusing on YouTube, okay, of course sometimes I am confusing, but in real life when I'm actually dealing with people, and I'm dealing with them on the level that I'm actually telling them that we have to change the goggles on our glasses, change our goggles for glasses, for clearer glasses, because it's got to stop. This has got to stop, this thinking that it's just male and female. It's not, and the quicker people realise that, the better. Ciao, peace.